Hey everybody, it's Nathan Firth, and today I want to walk you through my top 6 lessons learned from founding, scaling, and ultimately selling my company, NewRocket. Whether you're an aspiring entrepreneur, a seasoned business owner, or just curious about the startup world, stick around because I think this video will help you save time, save money, and hopefully ultimately build a better business. I do want to point out that I am no longer at NewRocket, so these views are just purely based on my own experience building the company. If you would like to learn more about my story, in the notes below, I'll put a link to a blog post that I did a while ago. And with that, let's dive in. All right, let's kick things off with lesson number 1. Start with the end in mind. This concept is famously discussed in Stephen Covey's book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Now, if you imagine where you want your business to be in 5 years or so, you can reverse engineer that outcome by setting clear goals, actions, and a timeline to help you get there. Now, we have a lot of examples where we've applied this principle, but the one that really comes to mind is if you ever plan on selling the business, then you need to make sure you structure things correctly right from the beginning. If you structure your business as a C Corp or an LLC filing as a C Corp, and then if you hold your shares in the company for more than 5 years, then you can qualify for Section 1202 tax benefits, allowing for tax-free gains of up to $10 million or 10 times your original investment. But you can see that even when it comes to structuring the company, it really pays to start with the end in mind. Moving on to lesson number 2, find your niche. I know it's tempting to try to do everything, but trust me, specialization is the key. It will help you create a clear identity for your business, and it makes it easier to market and sell your services. It also reduces competition, and it will really help you to stand out as an expert in your field. At NewRocket, we were a technology-enabled services company working within the ServiceNow ecosystem, but we chose to focus exclusively on the end-user experience, primarily through the design and development of employee portals, intranets, and native mobile apps. This focus helped set us apart in the industry. It made it easier for us to find and hire talent. It clarified our marketing messages, and it also helped us rank better in search engines. But ultimately, it drove a lot of customers to us that were looking for our specialized services. All right, let's dive into lesson number 3. Establish yourself as an authority. A powerful way to drive sales and establish your company is by positioning yourself as an authority through content marketing. But not just any content, it needs to provide value to your audience and demonstrate your expertise. At NewRocket, we never had a traditional sales or marketing team. Instead, we found continual ways of putting ourselves in front of potential customers, creating free downloads, answering community questions, sharing tips and resources on social media, and creating really beautiful case studies to showcase our work. I also ran a blog called serviceportal.io where I would create tutorial videos, documentation, and free downloads. And we'd follow up every post with a social media campaign and an email blast and just sharing it all over the internet. If you consistently provide valuable content and demonstrate your expertise, it will grow your audience, generate leads, and help to establish you as an authority in your space. Let's take a look at lesson number 4. Work smarter, not harder. When you specialize in your niche, you'll probably find that there's a lot of tasks and repetitive work that can be optimized to drive efficiency. This might involve purchasing off-the-shelf tools, software, or even taking advantage of AI to help your team work more efficiently. At NewRocket, I found that a lot of the requirements were the same from project to project, and this led us to create design systems, accelerators, and applications that allowed us to deliver more value to our clients at a greatly reduced time frame. We fostered a culture of continual innovation where every week we would take our updates, our learnings, and we would merge them back into our products so that with every project, we would become more efficient and ultimately delivering more value back to our customers. And because of this, I'm not a big fan of traditional time and materials based projects or utilization metrics where you're ultimately just trading time for money. Because I think when you work smarter, your margins are going to improve and it gives you a lot more room to be able to go above and beyond for your clients. All right, let's jump into lesson number 5. Be resourceful. Staying cost efficient is crucial. Don't overspend when you don't have to, because cash flow is the fuel that keeps your business engine running. This doesn't mean cutting corners, it just means being creative and finding quick and clever ways to overcome obstacles, making the most of the resources that you have at hand. For example, in the early days of NewRocket, because we were bootstrapped and didn't have a lot of budget, we bought a lot of our original equipment off of places like Craigslist or OfferUp. And when we would go to trade shows, instead of spending a lot of money on an expensive booth, we would just pre-schedule all of our meetings at a local Starbucks. Also, we hired a lot of independent contractors instead of working with expensive agencies. But even after NewRocket became a very profitable business, we never lost that entrepreneurial and resourceful spirit. I'm sure you've heard of the 80-20 rule. For us, that meant focusing our investments on the 20% of the efforts that would result in 80% of the gains. By being resourceful, we were able to stay lean, focus our efforts on high-value activities, and ultimately led to a very profitable business that we were able to scale up to 50 employees without ever raising any outside money. And finally, lesson number 6, invest in your crew. Building a strong and collaborative work culture is essential for a successful team, and investing in your crew makes a huge difference. At NewRocket, we prioritize teamwork by organizing small scrum teams of about 5 to 7 people, pairing developers with designers and a project manager. But because we didn't have a large budget, we worked very closely with local code schools and colleges to find new talent. We developed training programs, supported certifications, and we also paired new hires with experienced developers to get our people up to speed very quickly. We also organized regular team building events and get-togethers, flying in remote staff whenever possible. After we bought our new office building, we also added a gym, a rock climbing wall. We put in showers. We bought ping pong tables. And we added a lot of snacks and drinks, but the ultimate goal was to create an environment where our employees would just love to come to work. By investing a lot into our crew, yeah, we had great retention rates, but more than that, we had a team that had a lot of fun and genuinely just loved working together. And that's it. Now, there's been so many lessons that we've learned over the years throughout this experience, but I felt like these 6 really stood out, and so I wanted to put together this video and share it with you guys. Now, if you have any thoughts or questions, please don't forget to post them in the comments below, because I would love to hear from you guys. But until next time, I'm Nathan Firth, and thanks so much for watching.